We did it! All 21 hero guides published before open beta. As always, make sure you have those annotations turned on as this is closed beta footage. Torbjörn Lindholm was Overwatch's chief weapons engineer and he never trusted them sentient robots. When the Omnic crisis hit, he was the one jumping up and down on the spot yelling, "I told you so." Now that Overwatch is gone, he spends his time trying to reclaim stolen weapons so they can't be used on the innocent. Let's get into his abilities and find out what he's all about. Torbjörn's primary weapon is his rivet gun, the left-click, slow-firing and long-range weapon. This fires 2 rounds per second that deals 70 damage each for a maximum of 140 damage per second. There is an arc to the projectile and the rivet will fall over distance, but the damage will remain at 70 no matter how far away the target is. The right-click, inaccurate but powerful short-range weapon. This consumes 3 ammo and fires a wide spread of 10 rivets once every 0.75 seconds that do 15 damage each for a maximum of 150 from each blast. The damage falls off quickly to as low as 4 per rivet at 20 meters. Any headshots with either firing mode will score double damage. Torbjörn's secondary weapon is his Forge Hammer. Swing to improve your turret or damage an enemy. This is a single target melee weapon that deals 75 damage a swing once a second, or it can be used to repair and upgrade Torbjörn's turret. It cannot score a headshot. Torbjörn's shift ability is Build Turret. Build an upgradable turret. Press shift to start the ability, then left click to place or right click to cancel. This will build a level 1 fully automated turret that fires 2 rounds per second that deal 15 damage each for a maximum of 28 damage per second. The turret's health and level are displayed in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. A level 1 turret has 150 hit points and will attack the closest enemy within 40 meters. If Forge Hammer is used on the turret when it is not at full health, it will heal it for 50 a swing. If the turret is on full health, it will take 6 smashes to upgrade the turret to level 2. The upgrade process can also be seen in the bottom left hand corner. A level 2 turret has 300 hit points and will fire 4 rounds per second that will deal 14 damage each for a maximum of 56 damage per second. The range remains at 40 meters and a level 2 turret cannot be upgraded any further with Forge Hammer. Torbjörn can only have 1 turret active on the map at any time. Torbjörn's passive is Scrap Collector. Collect scrap to gain resources. Whenever a hero dies, friend or foe, they will drop 25 scrap that Torbjörn can collect. He can store a maximum of 200 scrap at any time. Scrap is not required to build, upgrade or repair turrets, but his level 2 turret will drop 25 scrap when it is destroyed. Torbjörn's E ability is Armor Pack. Build an armor power up. This consumes 50 scrap and throws out a 75 armor pickup that any ally and Torbjörn can pick up to increase their health pool. A single person cannot have more than 75 armor from Torbjörn even if there are multiple Torbjörns on the same team. Torbjörn's ultimate is Molten Core. Increase your weapon attack speed, gain additional armor, and temporarily upgrade a level 2 turret to level 3. This lasts 12 seconds and grants Torbjörn 300 armor and increases his left-click fire rate to 3 rounds per second and right-click to 2 blasts per second. The level 3 turret has 800 hit points and still has a 40 meter range, but it now fires 5 rounds per second and 4 mini rockets per second. The rockets also deal 14 damage each for a total of 126 DPS. Okay, that's the ability, so when should you play Torbjörn? Here's one of the few heroes I will say is only viable when defending. Like Bastion, you could set up a turret on the payload when attacking, but like Bastion, it will need a lot of protection, and when that much has been invested in protecting one turret, you would be much better off playing Bastion, who has a lot more firepower. Torbjörn is a medium difficulty hero. His level 2 turret does a lot of the work for you, but to charge his ultimate at any decent rate, you will also need to be able to land his rivet gun attacks, which will take some practice. Turret positioning is important, as it is of course static and easily destroyed by the enemy. The turret is almost nothing on its own, but when it is providing extra DPS with your whole team, the enemy will need to decide if they want to prioritize the turret or other bigger targets. Don't place it overlooking the main choke. Any medium to long range heroes will just peek the sightline and take it out without too much trouble, and your team will gain nothing at all. If you want to cover the choke, place the turret in line with the main opening so any enemies that come through will take damage from the turret and your team. Or use the turret to cover the main objective. Try to find somewhere that will cover the objective or payload path but cannot be seen or fired at from any other position. This way the turret is less likely to be taken out unless during a full-on teamfight. Make sure it cannot easily be taken out from behind. While it can turn 360 degrees, it does have an acquire time, and heroes like Tracer, Genji and Reaper will flank and gank it without too much trouble. Once your turret is built, get to the front lines and start firing that rivet gun. It does decent damage and will get the ultimate charging nice and quickly, so keep poking at the enemy. Remember, at close range, the right click is a good shotgun blast that can make light work of low HP targets. If your turret is destroyed, do not try to rebuild a level 2 one in the middle of a fight. It will take 6 seconds to build if no one decides to try and destroy it while building. Those 6 seconds could have been spent dealing damage with Torbjörn's rivet gun. Instead, just drop a level 1 and then get back to plugging those bad guys. The same goes for repairs during a big fight. You will often be much better off dealing damage than standing there repairing the turret. Do your repairs between fights and make sure you heal up any poke damage. Remember to collect that scrap at all times and pump out those armor packs for your team. The extra 75 HP is huge for any low to medium health ally. Sometimes it will be a judgment call on scrap collection, as pushing over to the enemy's side of the choke is a dangerous thing to do. Torbjörn is weak when fighting without his turret. Together they are very strong, but separated neither quite has the power of a whole hero. Sometimes the enemy will not be near your turret, but as long as Torbjörn is with his team, he will still provide some threat. But alone, he is unfavoured against almost every hero in the game. Torbjörn's ultimate is a massive DPS increase for both Torbjörn and his turret, and will last the length of most large teamfights. Try to save it for when the enemy pushes in. Although the HP increase will make it survive a Tracer pulse bomb, you probably could have rebuilt the turret before the enemy's next attack. However, this is always going to be a judgment call. The attack speed of Torbjörn's Forge Hammer is also increased, so you can build a level 2 turret very quickly whilst Molten Core is up. And remember, it can be popped if running back from the spawn if you know there are still targets for it to kill. The UI will tell you if the turret is attacking. And that about wraps up Torbjörn. Try to build his turret in a position that will support your team during a big team fight, then poke at the enemy with his rivet gun. Once the ultimate is ready, use it to counter a big enemy push. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button. If you have any questions or disagree with anything, please put it in the comments below. We will be releasing lots more Overwatch guides, gameplay and discussion videos on this channel, so subscribe to get all that future content. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon.
This one's mine.